what is the service definition file. If we change it, what will happen? The running service, all those things. Because next topic is going to give you little more confusion. So that's what. Okay. So currently this service is running. How I can stop it? Simply change the status command with stop command. Status command with, if I want to reload, let's suppose continuous into your question, I have changed any static parameter in my service definition file. I want to make sure that whatever I have valued, I have changed. I want to make that value into the effect. What I will do reload. Okay. So currently why it is failing? Because my service is not started. Yes. Okay, now let's understand some of the important commands and all. I think things are okay. You can read it and understand about it. What is more important in this? What is being a DBA? What we should understand about it? The being a DBA, we should understand about the journal CTL command, and we should understand about in case if this service is failing. Let's suppose this service is failing. How to fix that? Okay. For example, let me make this service down. Without knowing anything, I did a change. Let's suppose I changed my directory to 1. Now, if I will try to start the service is failing. First of all, let me do reload. Even reload is done. Now, start. Oh, it got started. It got started with where? With new directory. No, because it was not stopped properly. Looks like stop. Now let me start it. Can you see this now? Is it failing, right? Now I want to do a troubleshooting. What is the best way to troubleshoot the service related issue? I want to troubleshoot that the service is not starting. Let's suppose it's a production issue and my Postgre is down. What is the first thing that I have to do on the Linux level to understand the actual problem? The first thing that we should do, we should run the journal CTL command. Okay, journal CTL command, and then service name is going to give you the actual issue. What is happening? So can you see here? The moment I did the journal SQL, journal CTL minus U, I got the issue here.
Yeah.
That's why my service is failing. Yes or no? Everyone? Are we understanding this first of all?
Yes.
Troubleshooting part? Everyone? So I knowingly I did a change in my like definition file, and now I am getting the service related issue. I can also do troubleshooting with status command, but the problem with status command is it is not going to give you much detail like your journal CTL command. Another possible way of doing troubleshooting, anyone? Third way. Let's suppose I am very new to Linux, but I want to do the troubleshooting. What will be the third option to troubleshoot this issue on the Linux server? The third option will be I can simply go to my PG directory, PG data directory. I can become Postgre. I can go to PG data directory. First of all, what is this dollar? Anyone? The moment I am doing this.
I think this is a variable $PG data that you
Okay,
have
very
passed
good.
in that you have passed in, I think, bash profile.
Very good, but 50% answer, 50% more. What kind of variable it is? It's a environment variable,
Environment
which is
variable.
set by Postgres software. Okay, under that, there is a variable called PG. In this, I don't think it is defined. So I will go to my PG data. PG data is nothing but the place where all my Postgre related files are residing. And what I excuse me, what I will check?
Postgres.conf.
No, I will check log, right? As a third option. And try to understand why my Postgre is failing, service is failing. If you are not able to understand it properly, move the log to a new log name and try to restart the service again. What is PG data? Why we use it? No, but where it is point to?
Like data directory of
Directory.
Postgres.
So it means my logs are also not getting generated due to that service, for that service. So if logs are getting generated, we can go and see the issues in log also. So how many ways we have to troubleshoot the issue? How many ways we have tried?
First is journal CTL and the service name.
System
and
CTL, service name, log.
second is
Yes.
By going inside data directory logs.
And I have another option called messages. In case if anything comes under messages, some services are writing into messages, some services are not writing, but majority of the services are writing into my log messages. So can I see the issue? So how many ways to troubleshoot? This is very important. Total 4 ways to troubleshoot. And this is going to work with any database. MySQL, Mongo, Elasticsearch, ClickHouse, TIDB, anything. So this is the common method to troubleshoot any database on Linux. So now I want to correct my service definition. What I will do? Anyone? How I can correct it? I have to go to my service definition file and correct the value which I have knowingly corrupted. Now if I start the Postgre will be okay. So let me do reload, daemon reload. Started.
Sir,
what is system daemon reload?
Okay.
Yeah, I was asking same question. So what is daemon reload? Anyone?
So it is a background process which helps in keeping running the service up.
Very good. So basically, Linux have a process which is like currently managing the current state of all the services in the memory. So if you want to change, if you have changed any services and you want to make the particular daemon related changes of that service, so it is going to update that particular daemon related current process. So why do we need daemon reload? We have just changed the definition file. Why do we need it? We have changed the definition file. Why it is asking to run the daemon reload?
So that the environment variables are updated in the RAM.
Basically, not environment variable, process current runtime is updated into the memory. Very good answer. Okay. So is that clear? These things are common thing. If you understand all these things, your troubleshooting will be very, very easy. Is that clear? Everyone?
Yes.
Let's suppose I want to change my service name from Postgre 15 to John 123. Can I do that?
Yes, in service file we can rename this service name, I think so.
Very good. Yes, we can rename the service name. Whenever I want to do the systemctl start, I have to give John 1 every time. Okay, but until unless you are not very sure, don't do any changes in the service definition file. Also, until unless you are not sure that what is running on your server, be very careful while running the daemon reload. Let's suppose in your operating system you are running MySQL and Postgre. So the moment you will run the daemon reload, it will reload all the daemons. So it can interrupt your MySQL. It can interrupt any other application. So be very careful. You can run it easily, no problem. It runs very quickly. But if you have any sensitive application running in the production, so be very careful running daemon reload. Getting my point? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's making sense. Do you liking the session? Like, is it meaningful? Okay. In the same way, you can also see the multiple service name which is related to Postgre. Let's suppose you have installed EDB Postgre, you will see ES14. If you have installed failover manager, you will see these particular services. So now from today onwards, you are clear with the services, right? What services are, and you will able to make any services visible. What is the command to see all the services? What is the command?
Systemctl list unit files.
List units
Unit files.
type equal to service. Excuse me. Got it? So it will show you all the services. These have multiple switches. If you want to play around, you can do systemctl and list units help. Okay, it will give you a lot of options, and these options are important when you are doing automation. That's why I'm teaching you all these things. The rest of the things can be get it from the Google or something, but these things are very important. When we will write the automation, we will understand about that. Logs and diagnostics. I think one of the log we have already seen, var log messages. So what is var log messages? Var log messages is nothing but it is capturing a place, a common place where you will see all the system related logs. Okay. In Windows, where do we see the logs? Where do we see the logs? What we call it? Event logs, right? Event viewer. In Windows, anything happens, we go to event viewer, right? That's what we do, right? The people who are from SQL Server background, they must be understanding this. We go to event logs, right? To understand the logs. If my system is getting restarted again and again, to understand what I do, I go to application security setup system. So every specific system or application have its own logs. In the same way, in Linux, I also have a different logs. If I have Postgre SQL.log, it means it is related to my Postgre. If I have journalctl XC log, it means it's related to my system critical logs. Okay. Journalctl will show you the whatever service is failed or whatever service has populated the log, you can see directly using journalctl. Otherwise, if you are not going through journalctl, what you have to do? You have to go to the specific log file. One interview question. I have a service A. I want to understand where the logs are going. Can I get that information? I have Postgre 15. I want to understand where logs are going. Where I can find those details? Or let's suppose logs are configured or not. Where I will go?
systemctl status, I think there we can
I'm
get to
asking
know.
whether the application is configured with the log or not, or what is the default location for the log. You can go and check in the service file also. Definition file also, sometimes you will find the log location. Depending on your application, you might see the log location. Okay, here in the Postgre, they have not defined it directly, but in some applications, you can directly see the logs and you can identify like that. What is the default location to get the log? Linux? Any idea?
Where log?
Var log. So majority of the logs you will see in the var log system. Okay, but this is not mandatory that you will see it here. One another very important and very good interview question which has been asked in the Google. I have a log file which is currently written by Postgre, and I want to see that particular file. How I can see that? I don't know the name. I don't know anything, but I want to understand that it is getting written or opened by a Postgre process on the Linux.
ls off, I think.
Very good. So in the lsof command, we will just run lsof -u and we will give the process name, sorry, -pid process ID, or if you know the name, you will give lsof -u and Postgre. So it will show you whatever files are opened by Postgre, and you can do pipe grep log, right? Clear? Okay. Is that clear before I go ahead? Everyone clear?
Yes.
These things are little important. So if you're not clear, raise your hand. We can have a very great discussion. We're clear?
Could you please just show the example of lsof command once?
Okay, so basically, let's suppose in Linux, you have a user called Postgre. Postgre is currently writing the log on log1.log file. And this process is running. Unfortunately, I don't know which log is getting written by which process. Okay. And I have just logged into one server. I don't know. I am first time I'm logging into the server, but I'm not getting any information about the log. Okay. So this is the last option. You can run the lsof command -u postgres pipe and then grep -i log. So in that way, what will happen? Whatever files are getting opened, updated, or currently in the progress by Postgre user, and where name is log will be listed in your terminal. Make sense? Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, another question. I don't want to see the log. I want to see the port. How many ports are open and currently used? What I can do? In that case also, I can use lsof command lsof, -a, or if I'm correct, grep : like this. So it will show me all the commands, all the process which is running over the port 80. Okay. In the new operating systems, you might find ss command or nc command also. After I think rel 7 or 8 onwards, you can find these new commands also. Is that clear? Whatever I was trying to explain, because I want to go to a very important topic. I have only few minutes. Everyone is clear? Please
Yes.
raise your hand if you're not clear. I am not bothered about anything. Any question, any doubt is welcome, even if it is a very small one. Don't hold your questions. Okay. Okay. Tell me one thing. What is log rotate?
So to rotate a file, you can define some rules. Suppose there is a file Postgre log file, if you want it to
Mhm.
be rotated every 7 days, we
Mhm.
can define those rules in that log rotate file.
Very good. What is the main purpose? Why I'm rotating it?
So
Size may
that
not
disk,
get increase.
yeah, that if we keep on keeping the logs, the disk size will increase and
Mhm.
it will create an issue. Yeah.
Okay. Let's suppose another question. I don't have a log rotate option with my file. I don't have log rotate option itself. So how I can purge or log rotate my file? Using devnull. I think last time we have
Yeah.
discussed about.
Correct.
Okay, using devnull also we can handle the file. Okay, so log rotate is also having option like 7 days, like he mentioned. Very good answer, that we can do all those things. We can put 7 days, we can compress it. We have multiple options. Okay. Package and repository management, very important. Sometimes we struggle a lot to understand all these things. So what is package and repository? What do you mean by package and repository on Linux operating system?
So package is a single software, and repository is a group of those softwares holding multiple packages.
Multiple packages. Very good. So being a DBA, we should understand clearly what is packages and what is package management or package repo. So what is packages? Packages are nothing but small software application or group of applications. For example, to run the Postgre in this particular Linux server, I have Postgre packages installed, and these are nothing but my packages, right? So packages are nothing but small file containing the code or the programmatical information about Postgre in this particular case. Okay, so these are nothing but packages. And how they came into my machine, how I got these packages to my machine?
Repository.
Repositories. For example, for Postgre company has its own excuse me. So Postgre has its own repository system. And where is that repository? Repository is here. Let me explain you, or let me show you. For Red Hat and Rocky, they have specific packages. So let's suppose I want 16 and my Rocky is 8. So where is the package? This is the package repository. Sometimes package repositories are also open directly. Can you see this? These are nothing but packages provided by Rocky Linux, and this is nothing but a repository. Got it? I want to download a package directly to my machine without downloading it on my machine. I want to copy a package directly to the Linux system without downloading from actual Windows machine. How I can do that? Is there any way?
wget.
Very good. wget. I can directly get the packages to my machine using wget command. Wget is not installed, but we can get the wget using wget command. Now, so how I got these packages to my machine? What I did?
Repository
You
you might
installed
have.
EPL. You installed EPL, and I think EPL was having,
Okay.
or the
So
default repository which was there, from there it came.
okay. SQL. I'm just mentioning it file. It means repo files. It is sitting somewhere in the internet. This is my VM. Here I want to install these packages. These packages, whatever we have just listed here, right? Here I want to install these packages. So the first requirement is that my Linux should be having repo file. Where do we have the repo file? The repo file resides /etc yum dot. Can you see this? And if you open the file, you will see the same repo address. Can you see this? If I just copy this and paste into my browser, you will see that these are containing some kind of repos. Sorry. It's containing some kind of repos. Can you see that? It is a XML file and giving me a repo information. Okay. So using this repo file, file1, and tell me how we install it, which utility we use to install the this repository
DNF.
or the packages.
DNF install.
Okay. So from
Yeah,
Red Hat
Mr.
Enterprise, yes, from the Red Hat Enterprise 7, 8 onwards, there is a new command introduced called DNF, and before that we use yum. What are the other ways to do this? If I don't want to use DNF or yum, I can use RPM command also. But in that case, I have to download this file all the way from the repo to my machine. And then I can use RPM minus IVH and then file name like that. And what is the safest way to install it? Using DNF way or yum. So what is the difference between installing with RPM versus these two utilities? What is the difference? Interview question.
With RPM, you have to download each and every one. Like we have contrib and other files, right? 3-4 files, right? The Postgres server. And with yum install, once you do the yum install, every file will get downloaded and it will get installed in the system.
Your answer is 98% correct. Only 2% you are missing one small
So like it will
definition.
auto resolve the dependencies.
Yes, very good. That's what I was looking for. When we are doing with yum, let's suppose my package 1 needs 1.2, 1.3 dependency. It will give you an error saying that please bring the dependency.
Right, Java and Python related. Yeah.
Correct. But if you're using DNF will by default go while it was making the install instructions. It will also bring the dependency of your RPMs, or sorry, your packages. And another important thing is when I want to uninstall, here I have to manually uninstall everything. And in that case, I can do a mistake or blunder, right? Because sometimes I can remove the actual packages which is required by Linux to run, right? So if I do it manually, there are chances that I will do mistake or I can bring any system down. But the moment if I'll install it with yum, I can simply say yum remove and package name or something, and it will by default remove the dependency also, or it will ask whether you want to remove the dependency or not, something like that. Make sense? Everyone? So now I have DNF. The moment I run DNF install Postgre, what happens? DNF is by default going and checking, boss, do I have Postgre related binary repo available or not? The moment it get the repo definition, what it does, it go and hit to what? It is hitting to what? Repository over the internet. Let's suppose I am a DevOps DBA, or I don't want to trust this repo. I'm a bank. I'm a State Bank of India. I don't want to get any repo from a public repository. What option I have? What I can do? It's a real-time scenario.
So we can create a private repository like the way you have
Very
already downloaded.
Yes.
So
We can create our private repository. We can create a filtering process where whenever I'm copying any repo or any packages from public to my private repository, I will do a scanning process like we do when we insert pen drive to the computer. What happens? It scans my pen drive, right? In the same way, whenever I'm copying any repo to my public repo to private repo, it will do a scan and it will find what just now Raj explained, right? What scanning it will do?
malicious content is there or not?
Very good. And being a bank, what I will do every time I will download the packages from my own repository. Make sense, everyone?
And sir, how this scanning will, like some external softwares will do this scanning for this
There are
file?
thousands of softwares. Python repositories are there. There are Golang softwares which you can develop. Third-party APIs are there which you can integrate with your code.
Okay.
Thousands of things are there. Yeah, Sudeep. Any question, Sudeep?
Yes, yes, yeah. For installing Postgres, like which is the best option, like using DNF or using RPM we can install?
Okay, very good question. So anyhow, we were about to go to that topic, installation part. Okay, let me not answer it now. Let me complete one small thing and then I will answer your question. Guys, I'll take 2-3 minutes more and then I will close the class. Okay, I'm sorry for making you people hold for more time. Is this clear? Repository package management, we'll do more research, practice and everything on that. But is this clear, right?
Yes.
This document you have. User and session management, I think it is pretty very small thing. You can do it by your own. Backup and compression, another important thing. Sudeep, answer to your question is we should always use DNF or YUM. We should not do RPM based installation. Also, we should not do tarball or manual installation. So what is tarball and manual installation? Tarball is nothing but we are downloading the tarball of Postgre and we are unzipping and installing it. Manual means we are doing make install command. We should not do it until unless there is a specific requirement, because these kind of installations are tedious to manage in future. And let's suppose you want to upgrade your Postgre. In that time, you have to do lot of stuff. If you have did the installation using tarball or make using the make command. Even for RPM also, you have to bring all the dependencies by your own. And there are chances you might, it will take time for you to find the dependency and all. But if you're using YUM or DNF, DNF and YUM will take care everything by its own. Make sense?
Yes, but like you say that while upgrading, right? Like
Mhm.
earlier also I faced the same while upgrade, like we install
Mm.
using DNF only. But
Mhm.
while upgrading, like some third-party extension we install.
Mm.
Like we had to like upgrade the third-party
Mm.
extensions
Mm.
also. At
Correct.
that time, yeah, in the use at that time, like we also face this issue, like using like I say that like PostgreSQL server we
Can you
install
speak a
using
bit
DNF
louder?
only.
I'm not able to hear you properly. Sudeep?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Like we install Postgre server using DNF only, but
Mhm.
while upgrading, some extensions are not
Got
supported.
messed up. Yes, yes.
Yeah, we had to like separate install that extensions,
Mm.
and again we need to give the support, upgrade that
Mm.
extensions.
Mm.
I think using RPM, all the extensions will came automatically, right?
Correct. So the solution for your kind of problem is whenever you are updating your cron tip packages, basically your extensions are coming from cron tip packages, right? So make sure you grip cron tip packages based on your version detail. Just don't download or get the cron tip package, the default one or the static one. Give the specific version. Let's suppose I'm upgrading to my Postgre database on this server. So once, let's suppose I'm on 14, I'm upgrading it to 15. So I will try to bring the cron tip package for 15 also. For example, I am not sure if cron tip is here or not, but let's try. Can you see this? So after upgrade, what I will bring here, I will say like this.
Okay.
So when I'm logging into my Postgre, for example, Postgre 16, 16, my cron tip 16 will be activated for this profile. If I'm logging into 15, which package will be activated? This particular
15
package, 15. So if according to me, EDB and Percona has doing a good job in that case. But sometimes we find issue when we are doing the community based edition installation. There they have not defined it well based on my knowledge. Is that you are looking for? Is this clear?
Yes, yes. That means
Yeah.
you say that like cron tab, using cron tab.
Mm.
Okay.
I have given you just example basically.
Okay.
Let's suppose you are updating to cron tip package along with your Postgre. So I've just given you example. It might differ case to case, but this is the basics that I have just cleared. Tell me one thing, is there any way accidentally I have updated DNF update package name? Now after updating my production is down. Is there any way I can go back? Let's suppose I have updated to 16, but I want to go back to 15. Is there any way?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So you just tell me what is the way?
So we can change the repository, right? We can keep the repository of whatever version we want,
Mhm.
and then clean it up, and then uh, like do the installation of the required version.
Okay. Let's suppose your repository. Okay, I'm sorry for giving little bit, modifying this. Like, let's suppose my repository is very old and it is discontinued, and this is legacy server. I accidentally updated the package, which is like happens every day, everywhere. What is the next option? How I can do it safely?
Not sure.
Same thing for Yum.
Abhishek, we can, I think we have a remove command as well, right? Deinstall or remove command.
Okay. Just I'll give you the hint. Next class, you come up with the answer. So what happens if we are inserting and updating? We are running a transaction in the database and we are not sure. So what we do? So in case if anything will happen, I want to go back to my old state of my table. I'm update employee salary 10 rupees to 15 rupees, but I'm not sure what I do.
Rollback.
But before rollback, what I'm doing, I'm creating save points, right? In my package, in
Restore
my
point.
code I'm creating. In the same case, Yum and DNF give you option to create a restore point. So yum history, it gives you the history, and it also gives you option to roll back till the ID. We'll talk about more when we'll do upgrade. We'll talk about all these things. But is this clear? Everything, whatever we have talked so far?
We
Everyone.
can do the same thing with JDK versions as well, right? Like if we
JDK
have
version,
multiple.
JDK
and
version,
it is
be
same.
very careful. Yeah,
Mhm.
JDK version,
So
be
it is-
very careful.
Mhm.
No, first you complete your question. I'll tell
No,
you
my,
something.
yeah, so with JDK version, right? Let's suppose we have JDK 7, JDK 8 installed, right? And if you want to use JDK 8, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, let's suppose like we have installed JDK 8, but we want to move to JDK 7. So we can get the same. We can do the same thing the way you have done for Yum history, right? Like
See,
just put like you select like first, second, third, it
a
will give us
point.
the option like and we'll select that option and then JDK version will be reverted to that particular point.
I'll give you one. वो आता है ना नीचे म्यूचुअल फंड खरीदने के पहले क्या क्या एक आता है ना छोटा सा what is that?
At your own risk.
Let's suppose you are bringing a very old car to a new mechanic, new generation mechanic. So what he will say, it may or may not, right? So same thing, it may not, but I'll give you a shortcut. Last week I was into the same issue when I was installing a EFM cluster. So I take a note. See here, can you see my screen? When I was logged into the machine, I see there are two JDK installed.
Zoom, please. Can you zoom in?
Yes. So when I logged into the production, I see there are two JDKs installed. And unfortunately, my application is not at all working. It is telling me, boss, there is no JDK, or it is telling me that your JDK is too low. Version is too low. Can you see? This is a real-time issue.
Correct. Yeah.
So my answer for your specific question is, it may or may not, or it will depend on your JDK version. So what I did, first of all, I have installed the wrong JDK version. See here, I have installed a wrong
Headless.
version. Headless. No, without headless. I have installed without headless initially.
Okay.
Then after installing headless also, it was taking old release. Luckily, I worked as an application DBA, so I know all these things. But a normal DBA, it will take time for him to troubleshoot all these things. So finally, what I did, I try to understand which runtime is like which particular JDK is getting picked by my runtime. So I saw it is getting by 1. Then what I did, I made it 2. And later on, I have removed the 8. So it is completely depending on the scenario, depending on the system, depending on the version.
Yeah, I faced the same issue. Like I was installing some other database. So for that, this JDK requirement was there. So at that time, I have faced the same issue. Yeah. So I have installed multiple JDKs, but it was not supporting. So initially, like afterwards, I find out, which JDK is needed. And then I selected that one and removed the other two.
And what foolishness has happened in the older Linux release, sometimes we are using common JDK. Ram is also using this JDK, Sita is also using, and John is also using. So the moment I make it 8 to 11, 3 parties are disturbed. My payment sales API disturbed, my HR API disturbed, and my procurement is also disturbed. So what is the option? How we can handle all these things? The best option is, don't install JDK using Yum or DNF. Sudeep, again, your answer. So for this kind of scenario, when you already know that your JDK is getting shared by 3 parties, install your dedicated JDK using tarball method / Sita / Ram / John. So what is happening here? I have dedicated JDK for everyone. So even though if I upgrade this, these two people are never ever going to be impacted. Is this clear? So it gives you an option to download the JDK tarball also. See here. Make sense? Okay. Any question before I go ahead?
Yeah,
So these
sorry,
things
like,
are also these things are also very self-explanatory. There are a few things which is important when you are reading this document. Always try to use rsync or SCP, and always use rsync with AV command, because AV command what it does, it preserves your permission and your the file structure and file permission. So after copying your files and everything, you should not be doing it manually. So that's why I prefer using rsync AV or SCP. Yeah, Sudeep, you tell me.
like you were just now explain the JDK, right? Like
Mhm.
what is JDK? I don't have idea.
Okay, so basically if you have any Java program, you want to run on Linux or Windows, what you do? I will give you one JRE file. Can you directly run it on your system? Or let's suppose if I give you a Python file, can you run it directly on your machine unless Python is installed? No, right? So JDK is nothing but Java runtime environment where you can run your Java programs. So being a developer, you have to install the JDK on your machine to run the Java programs, basically.
Okay.
It's like without installing Postgre, you can't use the Postgre, right? So you have to
Yes,
first
yes.
install the Postgre. Same like to run the Java applications, you have to install the JDK, Java runtime environment. Okay, so important thing is just do the practice of tar and Gunzip, rsync, file transfer, remote file transfer, all these things. These are important. Okay. All these things, and in the last there are some advanced performance tuning troubleshooting related questions or the points. You can read about it also. Make sense, everyone? If you have any question, please ask. I'm ready to answer, and we can have a, I can clear your doubts. Its sessions are going good. Everyone is good.
Yes. Just one simple question. Related to the repository, what you explained that for the financial organization, we have to choose and pick the required ones. This challenge is only for the open source, right? Like when we use AWS, Aurora, or Redshift, AWS already filters those kind of things and provide it with the security thing. Like we don't need to bother about that.
Correct. So when you are doing it using RDS, RDS is by default configured by AWS. But when you are doing it on EC2, again, it's your baby. You have to handle it because EC2 is nothing but your VM.
Oh, okay.
Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Everyone, are we clear for today? All the things, whatever I have explained, you have to read the documentation at least once and just let me know if you see any issue, because next topics are depending on these kind of commands and everything. And as you people are already experienced, I have not went and explained about all the important small commands and all. So I have just give you some information about the important one, because that we are going a lot when we will do the troubleshooting and other thing. specifically when we will do the cluster installation and all. So these commands are very important. Any question? All good?
Yeah. Hello. Oh,
Yeah.
sir. Sudhir
Yes.
this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for start and stop, we use the system CTL, right? Instead of that, we can use PG underscore CTL, right? May I know
Correct.
the difference between both?
Yes. So let's suppose there is a scenario. You have a very important database server. This is production server and it is very important. You don't want to share the root privilege to everyone, but DBA need database stop and start privilege. How you will achieve that? So for that purpose, what we do, we don't give the service level access to the root user. We just use PGCTL to start and stop the application. So simply we can do why it's taking this much long. I don't understand. It's supposed to take very fast. Okay, so what I will do, I will using locate command. I will locate the PGCTL. Normally it's there under var lib user lib. Then PGCTL. So I will find the PGCTL exact location
I think
and
it
from
is where
post
lib PG SQL version.
where lib
PG SQL.
PGSQL 15 data no, 1 second, let me install locate. I think this repository itself is slow. See here, because our packages are getting loaded very fast, right? What about Rocky Linux? Does Rocky have its own packages? Rocky 8 repo. Yeah, Rocky has its own packages, right? We can use this also as a repository, but it's okay. Let's see how long it takes. Whoever want to leave the session, they can leave because this is the last thing which I'm going to do, and it will be recorded. Tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock. I'm sorry to taking the, I took 25 minutes extra, so I'm sorry for that.
Abhishek, like what to expect in next class? That is on tomorrow. Like, do you have
Tomorrow,
anything planned?
yes, tomorrow we are going to talk about the directory and file structure for Postgre. And we are
Okay.
going to understand which specific file and folder is doing what and why we should bother about it, like which is the important file structure and config files.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And sir, we were discussing about a command dmessage and /var log messages. Like they serve the same purpose.
They are serving the same purpose, but dmessages sometimes gives you more option to filter the error. In var log message, what happens? Everything is just dumped. Okay, it's like a dustbin where they have dumped everything, or a bin location basically. But when you are running the dmessages, you can use dmessage command with multiple options. Like you can see only disk related errors, only USB related errors, only file system related errors. So dmessage command have more option for filtration purpose. Even you can filter dmessages with the date command also, so that you can see the error only between these two dates, something like that.
Okay.
Make sense?
Fine, sir.
But dmessage command is very powerful command. You can do a lot of troubleshooting with that.
And sir, one more thing, like systemctl reload we were talking about. So when we are doing this reload, like post making some changes, those changes could be dynamic, somewhat could be static. So dynamic changes will come into play, and static changes will not. They will only come into play after restart.
Correct. And it also depends which service you are restarting. So if you see the
DB
nature of
service only I'm talking about, sir. Database service.
yes, so if you see the nature of Postgre, Postgre have some static, some dynamic parameters which you can restart and it will come into the effect. But if you take the other systems like MySQL and all, where there's no reload option, you have to stop and start directly. But Postgre is little advanced. It has given you option reload.
Okay.
So again, it's a subject of service that you are dealing with.
Okay, not all services they support reloading.
No, there is no thumb rule. I'm telling you, simple.
Okay.
So it's not like that you go and just do reload and it will work. No, you have to understand which application you are working for. Reload works with Postgre because Postgre gives you option to reload where it is not disturbing the existing connection to the database, and it is reloading the service, some part of the service. But if you do the same thing with MySQL, you might see outage because MySQL will not be available for some time. Basically, it is nothing but restart. Reload is nothing but restart. Something like that. So you have to be careful to whom you are dealing with, basically.
Okay, sir.
What happened? DNF. Oh, let me
And
get.
sir, you are installing locate. Sir, locate commands comes by installing mlocate package or only by locate?
That's what I'm trying to understand. Linux 8. Let me find it. What is the mlocate or locate? It depends on the Linux version which I'm working on. So let me see. Yes, mlocate. It is mlocate. Okay, so locate is completed. Let me update the database. Update DB. Locate. Sudeep, you are seeing my screen, right? PGCTL.
Yes, sir.
So PGCTL is here. Let's do one thing. Systemctl stop 15. Oh, let me start it so that I know the value of yes minus correct post stop. So now PGCTL start DB. What is the full command? Minus D. I think start minus D. Capital D, I think, right?
Capital D and data direct. Yes.
Started. So what is the advantage that I got here? I got the advantage is my database got started by Postgre user. we can also give the log location if you want. So basically, in this case, I'm not getting the root login directly. I can use it using uh, the yes, Postgre user using the systemctl command.
So then, so this is better than systemctl because it is
This
not
is better.
exposing us to root.
Yes, right. Let's suppose you are writing a automation, and in that automation you are switching the user. So you can use pgctl without switching the user directly. Let's suppose you want to take the cold backup and you want to shut down the Postgre. So pgctl is better than going to the systemctl because in your shell script you have to switch the user, which can be prevented. So that is another advantage. Make sense? Everyone?
Yes.
If everyone is fine, we can close the session and we'll meet tomorrow. Because for few people it's night and it's late night. I'm sorry, you know. Are we good? Can I close the session?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, bye everyone. Note down
Yeah.
your question in case if you have any, we can have a discussion tomorrow. Have a great evening, great night, and rest of the day. Bye.
Bye.